Okay, so I think that we can start. Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. I'm Marina Kazakova, coordinator of Ukrainian and Visegrad network of permaculture centers. And today we start a new tradition for our networks to share the most interesting information, experience, knowledge about permaculture, eco-living, sustainable development, and other different eco-friendly things. So, first of all, I want to thank Anastasia Volkova for inviting our speaker. I think it is a great start. Thank you very much, Nastya.
Well, thank you for Thomas that he invited me and my friends 1 year ago. That's how I knew him. And I was so impressed by what I saw that I wanted to share it with a lot of people.
Great. So, and now I'm really happy to introduce today's presenter. So Thomas is electric engineer, permaculture teacher, hobby astronomer, and father of 5 kids. If you have a look on Thomas' Facebook page, you will see how really this man expressed concerns about environmental issues. Since 2012, Thomas and his family transformed a traditional farm into a permaculture homestead. Now Thomas will share his experience of setting up a permaculture training center. Recorded version of this webinar will be available, and we would love to hear from you. Thomas will answer questions in the end of his presentation. So you can ask questions via chat during webinar, or after finishing the main part, you can click raise hand in the webinar controls, and you will be unmuted to speak. So let's start. Thomas, please.
Thank you for the nice words. And yeah, I'm, oops, something happened here. So, yeah, what can I say? We bought this farm in autumn 2011, and it was a very bad condition, and we could only start living there in April 2012 when the winter was over. And in May 2012, I make a course in Italy in the eco-village Damanhur, which called EDE, Eco-Village Design Education. And at this course, I heard first time of what is permaculture about, and what we can do. But let us go on for the presentation. So this picture stands for our family and what we are doing there. So my wife and my 3 kids, Linda, Lucas, and Elina, and just me. And here behind, I have a girl, which is never more on the farm, but it shows where we're working for, because we got problem childs from Germany, from the social agency in Germany, and they are sent it to us to settle down. These, let me say, problem childs had problems with alcohol, with drugs, with sexual violence, with violence in families. And so this girl is standing symbolic for the income on our farm. On the other hand, we have here one volunteer, Josie from the UK, because what we achieved in the last 7 years, me and our family, we could not do this by our own. And so we make advertisements on the internet pages of Workaway and WeWoof and Helpix. And here in the back, you see our Hay Hotel. And on the second floor, the volunteers and our guests stay in this hay hotel in cozy beds and with sleeping bags and a nice view. But later on, you will see some pictures from inside. Yeah, we started the permaculture with planting potatoes, under straw, and it was a bit skeptical from the neighbors and from the friends, what you are doing there with so much hay. And the results in the end was totally amazing, because on the same field 1 year ago, we had a third of the harvest we did with permaculture structures. In the end of 2012, when the next winter came, I started, this is my living room, I started to build the rocket mass heater. I never did it before, and I called in the Latvian network for, let me say, a weekend workshop, and there are only 2 people appeared, and there was from Riga, and they also never built one before. So on Friday evening, we go in the details for theory, what we wanted to do, how we wanted to do, and on Saturday and Sunday, we started to build it. And this picture is 1 weekend later. So after 1 week, it was up and running, nice and cozy. And we heat our house right now with 2 of these rocket mass heater. In one other picture, I show the other one in the kitchen. Here is the kitchen where there was an old Russian heating system, and with this oven I heated up, or I tried to heat it up, the kitchen and one other room, because the backside was heating another room. And yeah, it was totally inefficient, and after heating of 6 hours with a lot of wood, we decided, okay, let us destroy this. And again, after 1 weekend workshop, we had a nice rocket mass heater there, and in the front you see our pizza oven, because our family is like very much pizza. On the whole farm, we had a lot of trash, but we collected and diverted this trash. And from all the metal we found everywhere on the property, which is 4 hectares in total for farmland, and 2.5 hectares of wood, a bit separated, you see them here in the background. We found so much metal that we can buy from this metal all the windows, double glasses, which I have right now in my living house. This was a huge barn in the beginning, and when I looked out of my living room window, I saw only the gray roof. And me and my wife were thinking what we can do with this and how we can transform also this barn in something useful. And so we started to dismantle this big, huge barn and take off the whole roof. And as you see here behind the cherry trees, this part was totally unstable on broken walls. You see here the gaps and cracks. And so we took it off and then built a new roof. And this picture is from last autumn. And upstairs right now, I have a training center, 150 square meters, where we teach everything what people asking for, or people we offer to. Yesterday we had a session of Hobbit House transforming, let me say, an open door day, and there was 40 people, and we showed how we built a Hobbit House within 2 years. We have a lot of animals, starting from the very important one to not so important one. Our milk fabric, where we make milk and cheese. We raise chicken and geese, and we move them around the farm, so we fence them in. We had quite a lot of pigs, but most of them right now are gone and canned in the cellar. And we have donkeys for joy for the kids, for helping us to bringing the wood through the house and so on. Yeah, so the house, let me say the house which is right now is the Hay Hotel looks before with a very small and broken roof, and with this Jeep I tear down the roof, and now we have inside this Hay Hotel shower, compost toilet, and this is the backside from the Hay Hotel.
Hey.
Yes, is there a question? Okay. In 2013, I started my first experiment building a Hobbit house, because I never built a house before. I came from Germany. I'm a German, sorry, I forgot to say I'm German living in Latvia, and I never built a house before. And so, yeah, with the material we found on the spot, or we got from the neighbors, we started to build a small Hobbit house, which is in diameter approximately 5.5 meters. So not so big, but for a couple to stay over a weekend, nice and cozy. And again, we had a lot of volunteers who helped us in this building process. Here are two from Spain who helped us building the straw bale walls with clay and mud. And nowadays, it looks like this. Yeah, but this was the first Hobbit house, and we wanted to have more of them, because I have a 13-year-old daughter. You see them here in the middle. And right now she is 15, and this picture is from 2017. After 2 workshops, so 2 weekend workshops, she started to build her own house, because we dislike to have kids to sitting on the smartphone every day, and we give her a target. So my wife and I explained to her that we will move her out of our house after the next 2 years, so she should start to plan her own house. In the beginning, she was a bit confused and screaming, she don't want to do this, and she don't know how to do this. But in the end, a very nice Hobbit house turned out, because yeah, she made a planning. She organized these 2 workshops in the first year, and then 2 workshops in the last year. And the Hobbit house right now, which we presented yesterday at the open door day, is this result. In these 2 years, also my wife wrote a European project called Off-Grid Do-It-Yourself. So this house is also right now off-grid system with 2 huge batteries in this house. And so she have chargers and everything there. In the beginning, we try to be self-sufficient as much as we can. And we started with jam, marmalade, with making our own ketchup. And then in 2016, we built our own summer kitchen with rocket stoves. So you see the very less amount of wood, which is very efficient when you make some kind of structure like this. And for example, here the mushrooms are boiling very, very hard. Also a dragon from the summer kitchen. Here's the summer kitchen in total, and the living house in the back. So it was my kitchen in the beginning. And so the kitchen looks right now. So we used what we found on the spot with this old-fashioned style thing we found in the middle, and we bring some gas inside, or this cupboard on the corner. Outside, And they said, give me something to paint. And now I have a 4-season toilet, because here is winter, spring, summer, and what you cannot see is the autumn on the other side. About the gray water system. So we clean our own wastewater, which means all the gray water which comes from the kitchen, like a dishwasher, a washing machine, the sink, the urine and the shower from the hay hotel, everything goes here in this bed where there's a lot of gravel inside, which is 4 meters, right, 3 meters wide and 80 centimeters deep. The roots take out the biological soap, because we only use biological soap on our property. And then we have swept over on this. And here you see there is a cascade of 3 ponds. Here is a gravel bed. Here is the first pond where bacteria clean it. And at the moment we here put some oxygen in to start the process, because this is quite from the beginning. And the overflow is here from this side. And on the other, here to the third pond, it is here. And the quality of the water is so good. We started with 3 goldfish in the beginning, and then one mother died, but we did not recognize there was 60 small of them. And now I have, at the moment in the winter, 25 goldfish in my aquarium close next to me in the next room. So the water is fantastic and clean, and a lot of animals in the summertime come and drink. So the frogs and the salamander come by their own. And so it shows us, the nature do their work. This was the garden in the beginning. We make straight lines, and we had a lot of good harvest, for example, onions and tomatoes and beans. But then permaculture says use also the corners, the borders. So we started to make a wiki-diki permaculture garden. And then we had even more harvest. We could not even step on this, because everywhere was salad and beans and cucumbers. And so my wife said, no, we don't do this anymore. We go back to straight lines, because this garden was so successful. It was over-successed, because we could not find our way anymore inside the garden. Yeah, and as you remember, I have 3 Latvian kids and 2 more in Germany, but the 3 Latvian kids have to go to school and to the kindergarten. And this is the way to the school. And we have right in front of our house, we have a bus stop, which was only a platform. And we asked the local municipality, can we build a house on this platform or next to it? And so we get the allowance to build a bus stop house, and we go to a recycle store and get some colored bottles. And this is right now the bus stop in front of our street. So a lot of people recognize where we live because they pass by the colored bus stop. Yeah, self-sufficiency mean we have our own well on our property, but also we make our own bread. And for this we created from clay and stones and fire bricks a bread oven. In one day course, we make a herb spiral. And then the day was over. Also one cupboard was gone, because this cupboard right now is a solar dryer. Here the glass was old windows, which the people colored, and the air comes from the intake here down below, rise up here, heat it up, and here are racks inside, 5 of them, and the hot air goes out here, and we measure it here on a hot summer day. It was more than 50 degrees Celsius up here, and the tea dries very fast. So we make our own herbs and our own tea in this kind of cupboard. yeah, to enrich the soil, sometimes you need charcoal. And the Indians did it already 4,000 years ago. And so we make a kontiki and started to produce our own charcoal. On one corner of the property, there was abundant, huge fundament where was an old greenhouse, but the greenhouse was already destroyed when we bought the farm. But we did not know what to do with this huge square meters, which was totally unuseless. So I come to my neighbor and said, you have an excavator, can I rent them for a day? And so we digged out half of the fundaments earth and put them on the other side and built a wall from tires to make a valipini. A valipini is a greenhouse inside the earth. At the moment, it's not finished till the end. I have already plastic on it here and some half of walling on the north side. And as when you see carefully, here already growing tomatoes inside. So this first harvest from last year was already very good, but not so good that I can show you pictures from this winter, because you see here the windows are opening and the east side on this side is still open and the door is still missing. So it's not right now a finished valipini, but I hope to finish it this year. Yeah, here you see 2 Christmas presents for my kids, because we don't like to share Christmas present, buy in a shop from plastic or whatever. So one kid gets the treehouse, another kid gets the zip line. So here's a platform, and here goes a zip line, and 42 meters next to the left, there's another oak tree where the zip line ends. So both kids are very happy at this. We run a lot of workshops. For example, here you see a workshop for everybody to produce musical instruments. I run workshops for building rocket mass heater by their own. In 2017, we run 2 PDCs, permaculture design courses on our farm. We hired a Swiss trainer, Sascha Pollack from the Down to Earth Academy. He is authorized to run these workshops, or these 2 weeks courses. And out of these 2 courses, we had 10 people who want to go further. And in the year 2017, in the end, we started with a diploma pathway, which is right now close to the end. And very soon I become also an authority permaculture diploma trainer. Yeah. And with the climate change, also palms growing in Latvia. The living house and thank you very much for your attention so far. And I hope I make it a bit clearer what we do here in Latvia.
Thank you, Thomas. It was amazing, really. I'm very excited about your potatoes on the straw and about your hay hotel under rainbow and your kitchen and your goldfishes. So friends, if you want to ask questions, please raise your hands. Okay, please, Fabian.
I have no audio. Can you listen to me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Okay, good. Thomas, my question is about the Walipini. I know that it's not finished, but how deep did you dig?
It's more than 2 meters. So the highest point is more than 2 meters deep, because the frost line in Latvia is approximately 1 meter 20. At the moment, we don't need a frost line because we have no frost here anymore. So the climate change is quite good working. We have no winter at the moment. Yeah, so it would not use it at all. But yeah, I bring it more than 1 meter 20. So I said, okay, make it on a sure side, and I dig it 2 meters deep.
One more question regarding this, the Walipini.
Yeah.
Will you consider this technique as a technique for building a house?
You mean a house inside the earth?
I mean, going deep 2 meters, 2 meters and 40 centimeters, something like that, and then build the house maybe 2 more meters up, but getting all these geothermal temperature to be able to heat the house without the need of external sources.
I think I would not do this because I like the light, and when you are 2 meters deep in the earth, you cannot build their windows. And when you have good insulated walls, for example, like I did with Linda together to build her Hobbit House, where you have a straw bale, which is 40 centimeters, the straw bale, and then 5 centimeters clay or even lime plaster on the outside. So you have in total 50 centimeters thick wall. And you have a rocket mass heater inside, like Linda have in her Hobbit House. Then you need a very less amount of wood to heat this up. Yeah. For example, when you insulated it very good, her floor is standing on European pallets, and in between the pallets are sheep wool. So you have 15 centimeter floor insulation. Then you have the 50 centimeters of walling. And on top, on the roof, she has 15 centimeters loose straw, which is compacted through, let me say, 5 or 7 centimeters straw, and then 50 centimeters dirt and the grass on top of it. And if there is a winter, then normally there is also snow, which is also a good isolation factor. So then it's not needed to dig 2 meters deep inside the earth.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Thomas, and does your daughter live already in her house?
Let me say so. Since December the 31st, the 2 years are over. She should and she could, but what is not in the house, it's internet. And so she's more sleeping in her old room here. But let me say so, let the winter goes over and let us finish some things which is not finished right now yet. For example, we have to sandpaper the floor and some kind of stuff, and then building more cupboards for the kitchen, which is planned in there. And so, yeah, she could live there. Yeah, we heaten up the room to get every walls dry and all these kind of things, and that we not get the moisture in. But she's not living there because of the internet.
Okay, I see. Thanks.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Hi. My name's Michelle from the UK. I am friends with Fabian as well. Could you tell me when your next courses will be and how much will they cost?
What kind of courses?
Just kind of learning, you know, how to build a Hobbit house.
Okay. This is a very good question, and it's not so easy to answer. So allow me a bit to go a bit backwards. So till now, for courses, when I mean a network of people which is living in Latvia, when we train other people, we don't ask money, because they come, for example, build a rocket mass heater, we teach them how to do, and they help us to build this.
Okay.
Yeah? Or when we're talking about ecological living, sustainable living, yeah? Compost toilet or something like this. Then we make a theoretical part in the beginning. Then we make the practical part, we build this. And for their help and for their spending time, yeah, and the discussion afterwards, we never ask money.
Okay.
It is different when we have to hire a trainer. For example, run these PC courses. At the moment, I am not have the authority to do this by my own. Yeah.
Yes.
So I have to hire one, and he have to fly over from Switzerland, or right now he is living in Norway. So we have to hire trainers. They come, they ask, and then we have to charge the people who do this. Yeah. So the same with a diploma course which I'm in right now and close to the finish. So the same teacher, I have to hire him. I have to charge 10 people who do the course. When you said about the Hobbit House, yeah. So very soon I will start approximately the same Hobbit House which I built, or which I together with Linda, my daughter, on our property. We will build another one a bit bigger property, which is 18 kilometers from here.
Right.
And there we run also courses. The courses for the Hobbit House from Linda, there was 5 courses. There was wood construction, earthen roof, then straw bale walling, plastering, and rocket mass heater. So we run 5 workshops. Each of them was 1 weekend. The people could come for free. They stay for free, but also they help to build the walls or the plaster, or building the rocket mass heater, to bring all the stones in. So this is our way of thinking. One hand is washing the other. So we will not ask money for this. Yeah, and I think it will also be in the future for workshops which we have not to hire other teachers. Yeah, when you are talking about PDCs or diploma courses, this is a totally different story.
Yes, of course. Yes, thank you very much.
Welcome.
That's very good. Thank you.
Maybe someone else? Okay, it seems that we have no more question. Okay, so I would like to remind that it was the first of a series of presentations of permaculture centers for Visegrad and beyond permaculture network. And our purpose is to share experience between permaculture centers and to open a new horizons. So if you want to make a presentation of your site, please write to us or to me directly. You can find the network and me at Facebook. You can see our contacts at the under the post in the comments. So thank you everyone to join us. Thank you, Thomas, for this amazing presentation.
Thank you for inviting me.
Next time we will meet on February. The first time we invite you for the online session of Polyculture and Permaculture Conference organized by Pavlo Ordanov. It will be on 8th of February. And this series of our webinars will continue. Anastasia Volkova, head of non-government organization Permaculture in Ukraine, owner of Permaculture Center and owner of Eco Village. her presentation will be about the eco-village and permaculture center Zeleni Kruči, that means green hills. So take care of yourselves, have a good week, and hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Thomas, very much. I enjoyed it, and my husband also.
Thank you for inviting me and let me present my life.